Hi, Julie Torrance here. So, we're getting the watercolor back out. I've got just a circle. It's a round thing that I store embellishments in. And I've got my Stettler pens. I like them because they're waterproof. And I'm doing an idea that I saw on Pinterest. But it's multiple ideas. I'm going to stand up because I'm going to make a partial circle, but I'd like it to start and end about the same place-ish. I may not get it exactly right, but close enough. Yeah, that's good. Okay, sitting back down. I do want these, oh, I made a little mark. Well, that's okay. Now I'm going to go under, and there's going to be a little overlap. But I'd like it kind of the same, like the distance here to be the distance here, kind of. But, you know, no rules. And I think that's good. Kind of good. I'm going to bring this down a little bit. Okay, so that's how I'm starting. And now I'm going to be making stems. These stems lower, these stems bigger, but I'm doing them with my pen. And I'm going to start like on this line here, not all the way down there. So I know that my hand is a little jiggly, and that's fine. I want these kind of sketchy. I may add more. Right now, none of them are really overlapping. One over here. Let's give this a go. I think we need one over here. All right, let's give this a go. So I've got my Daniel Smith paints simply because they were handy. And I've got a handful of brushes, and I do have up here my metallics. I want to keep my designs pretty much in here, but if it goes over, I'm not gonna sweat it. It's not ruined. And I'm gonna start out with I think this is my number 6. Yeah, my number 6 snap. And I'm just wet, dab, dab. I've got some paper towels. I've got 2 buckets of water here. And so when I say dab, dab, that just means I'm dabbing it on the paper towel. I'm going to start out with some leaves, but I am not, a little more water. I am not going to go with just green leaves. I've got 2 kinds of green here, and I'm just going to try to scoop up both to start out with. A little more water because I'm kind of cleaning up the pan, huh? I'm just seeing if I can kind of push it all in one spot, kind of. All right. I'm going to start out with some little leaves. And they're just almond shapes. Yeah, I was just cruising through Pinterest. And I saw one idea and I was like, yeah, that's kind of cool. And then I saw another idea. Well, many more. But then I saw another idea and I thought, what if I kind of blend the two? What would that be like? So that's what I'm doing. And you can do that too. You know, you can get inspiration from a coffee can. I mean, you can get inspiration from all kinds of things. Well, that was a wiggly jiggly little flower or leaf, wasn't it? A little more water. I didn't dab dab because these little spaces are drying even as I paint along. Yeah, it's looking good. Good. All right. Let's do another one. I'm going to add this paint is getting pretty low. I'm just going to add a little bit of this serpentine to it. I did not pre-activate the Daniel Smiths. They honestly don't need it. I'm going to do the same over here. I'm not doing anything exact. I'm not trying to space them in any exact way. I'm just getting some leaves back here. But I felt like if I didn't get some leaves going like this, I might end up filling the space up so much that I won't have time at all, or space at all, I mean. So that's why. And yeah, I'm holding my brush way up high, close to the bristles, to make these little leaves. Yeah, I like that. All right, rinsing it out. This is just my Amazon Basics paper, and it is 6 by 9. It's a little bigger than I like to work on little projects like this, but if I get smaller, I think it's a little bit too hard for you to see. All right, I'm heading into some other color. I'm going into this yellow. It's called cadmium yellow. Medium hue. I'm going to put it right in the green. Water. Picking up more of these greens. But it's going to be a different color. Okay. And I'm going to go way out here. Well, my hand, yeah, it's dry enough. Now this time, I'm making the leaves on the left side of the stem smaller and the leaves on the right side of the stem bigger, just because I started out with that kind of room. But it will give this little vine a look of a twist, like it's got a little twist in it. I could even make it smaller, and on this side even go bigger. See how I'm doing that? A little more pigment. And a couple real little ones and a little topper. Okay, so now we've got 3 vines, and I'm liking that. I am going to start putting in some flowers, and this is when they're just fantasy flowers, but this is when I'm looking this over to see, do I really have enough stems? Yeah, I think so. We could always add more. All right, quit thinking. Less thinking, more doing. This is rhodonite. And I'm gonna put almost the same shape that we were using. And I'm gonna make 2 of these. I'm gonna make this one of them, I know. Good. I'm gonna take a little bit of a purple color. This is called Moon Glow, and I'm just gonna put some at the bottom. and let it kind of mix and blur a little bit. All right, let's keep going with that moon glow. And let's, my 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep. I'm going to put the moon glow here. This is kind of a blue spot. Moon glow is a highly granulating color. It breaks out into other colors. The more water you use, the more it'll do that. All right, I'm going to start out with the dot, dot, dots. Dot, dot, dot. Rinse. Just water. Dab, dab, just water. Too much water. I'm going to make these a little bigger. Okay. And I can do another one of those. Right here. Rinse. And I'm just ignoring this. We'll put another flower up there, but we're just ignoring it for right now. Flowers are going to be a little on top of each other, and that's fine. All right, well, I'm going to let these kind of dry, and I'm going to pick another stem, like maybe this one, and I'm going to put some leaves on it, but I want a color. We've got this blue. This is that phthalo blue. I think there's a little bit of aquamarine mixed in. That's fine. But I want it a little bit waterier. There we go. Okay, I'm drying my brush. And now I'm just picking up some of that watery paint. And I'm going to give this a little turn. A little bit bigger of leaves. I'm going for color. I want a lot of color. Now, I've got 4. They're wet. I just rinsed my brush. I'm going to pick another color. I'm going to pick this amethyst. Yeah, that'll be good. Which is a purple color. And I'm just going to put at the bottom of each one. There. All right, I'm going back into this phthalo blue. And do 4 more. I'm going to just give this one a little bit of water so that it moves a little bit. Same with this one. There we go. There we go. All right. Back to this. Okay, rinse. Get some of that amethyst. Put it at the bottom. Back to my phthalo blue. It's a little pigment down there. I'm just going to mix it right in. Just getting that paint on. One more. I don't mind that the leaves are getting a little bit smaller as we move up because that's kind of the way plants grow. Did I do 4? I did. Okay. Back into the amethyst. I'm liking it. I'm going to go into this phthalo blue just a little bit. And now. All right. And back into the amethyst. And there. Okay. Got a water drop right there. Just picking it up with my finger. There we go. Okay. I'm going to go over to the 2 pink ones. And I did those with the rhodonite. And I'm going to find a little, I'm going to clean off a little spot here. Grab a little piece of paper towel. Because I really don't want yellow in it. Okay. Back to the rhodonite. I'm just getting a little bit of water on my brush. Okay. And I'm going to put 2 more petals. Okay. Rinse back to the moon glow. And a little bit at the bottom again. Good. Now I've got moon glow on my brush. I'm just going to add a little bit of water. And get that moon glow. And I'll start over here. Dot, dot, dot. Rinse. Dab, dab. Pull the color out. Yep, I'm going right on top of those leaves. Totally fine. I just put a tiny bit more water on my brush. Grabbed a tiny bit of that moon glow. Dot, dot, dot. Rinse, dab, dab. Is my head in the way? I'm sorry. I hope it's not. Okay. That's looking good. Now, let's do some more leaves. I love these blue leaves. I think I want something not the same, but in the same family. I'm going to pick another blue. I think I'll pick ultramarine blue. I'm going to put it right in there where I had the phthalo blue. Right there. Little water, but I try not to drip on my work. There we go. All right. Now, I'm going to move this and I'm going to work on this one. Going right on top. I'm not going to put a color at the base. I think it would make it look too much like I tried to match the other side, but I missed. So I just want this to be different. I want it to look like a blue, but not the same. I hope you're all well. I'm okay. The holidays, I'm not like sad or, any of that. Oh no, I'm excited for the holidays. I'm looking forward to it. But always a big but in the way, huh? It's just that there's a lot to it, and sometimes my health is up to it and sometimes it isn't. So I just want to get everything done that I want to get done. You know what I mean? All right, looking good. Now, since this is attached to that, I think I'm going to put this same color right here. Maybe smaller. I can hear ducks. Since they turned the fountain off, which they did that in September, and this is December, but since they turned the fountain off and the population of geese is gone way down, and that varies from year to year, but it's gone way down. I'm seeing more ducks, and it's nice. Hearing more ducks too. Okay, I'm liking that. Looking good. Okay, now I'm going to go back to the rhodonite ones. Just get a little water, little paint, and I'm going to give them a nice middle flower petal. I like that. Now our little moon glow. We said 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right there. Moon glow, and then there's a color. There's 3 colors in a row. Rosa, ultramarine, moon glow, and then shadow violet, and they are so much the same. And when they're dry, that I just want to be careful. That's why you have to swatch these things. All right. And now I'm just going to fill in with some dots where I think it could use a petal or two. Let's just see what that does. Dry. I don't want water to come rushing down the ferrule. Let's get these. Cute. Very cute. Okay. I'm going to put this color. This is, I know this is some kind of genuine somethingite genuine. It's a brown shade. And I know I touched a little bit of hematite in there. And I'm going to just go around. Some of these are fresh, so it's going to bleed a little bit different on the fresh ones than the dry ones. That's okay. Nice. Okay. maybe a violet. I have this color called Wisteria, and I have one called Lavender. Let's go with the Wisteria. And I am going to put it right here in that rhodonite color. That's fine. Now this color is not very transparent at all. I'm going to add just a little more water to it. Okay. Dry my brush off. I did not put it in the water. I just dried it off. And I think I'm going to go up this stem. And I'm meeting the two from right to left. I'm meeting them up instead of kind of alternating like I did there. All those little bitty changes make a difference. I'm rinsing my brush. I'm going to go into that rhodonite again, and I'm just going to dot some in there. Good. Back to the Wisteria. I grabbed just a little more color. Rinse my brush. Grab some of that rhodonite color. Just putting it at the base so I'll get a little more. Nice. I'm liking that. And I'm going to go into the lavender color, which is, I've got some right there. And I think I'm going to go right up this one. And I know this one has blue, this one won't. That's okay. That's okay. We'll just say that the light was playing different on it. Okay, I'm going to rinse. I'm going to grab some of this shadow violet and put some of that in. Back to the lavender. Too wet. I'm just taking my dryer brush, and the water goes where it's dry. The brush just scoops it up. And shadow violet. Didn't even rinse my brush. Nice. Okay. I'm going into quinacridone gold. It looks brown in the pan, but it's a yellowy color. And I'm going to put a center in these two. Nice. And I think I'm going to take this. Where can I put it? Right here? I'm going to take this quinacridone gold and make a flower. Okay. Let's see. What I'm looking at is dryness. All right. I'm making these petals fatter. Good. See, this is too wet. I may put another one of these, but it's a little wet. I'm liking this, and I've got it on my brush. I know what I'm going to do with it. I'm going to start working on the bottom. All right. So what's going on in the bottom? Well, I'm going to start making kind of like dirt. So I'm going to dot, dot, dot with this quinacridone gold. Good. While it's wet, I'm going to pick up some of this brown that we were working with. And I know there's some of that black hematite mixed in. Not all the way to the top where I've got the quin gold, but almost. And here I am, dot, 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 dot. And now I'm going to go over to the edge. Now I'm going to go outside of that circle a little bit, and that's okay. I'm going to grab some of that quin gold again. And I'm going to go rinse, go into that brown color. I just can't say it. It's too complicated to say. And I'm going to go into the hematite, which is a black color. I want to grab up a good amount of this paint. And now I'm going to make it just a little bit pointy here. So I'll draw the outside of it like this. And I'm grabbing some of that quin gold. Brown. Okay, I'm going to get some green. I'm going to go into this apatite green. Put it over here. Because there's green in the dirt. And I'm just doing dot, 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 dot. You have not been observing any complicated brush strokes or anything. Okay, I'm liking it. Now, while it is wet, I've got my liner brush, which I just wet. I'm not putting any pigment on it, but I'm wiggling. And whatever paint it picks up, that's what I'm going with. Can you see what I'm doing? And I'm going way up there because those roots would be way up there, wouldn't they? Okay, I'm liking it. I'm gonna rinse that off. And I'm going to work some more on these flowers. All right, that one. Let's go back into our quinacridone gold. And let's get some more petals. And while it's wet, I'm going to add some, what color? I hate when it takes me a minute to decide. All right, this color. This is Rose of Ultramarine. Nice. I just did dots in there. Okay, Rose of Ultramarine. Let's get just a few more flowers in. These last flowers are just going to be small circly kind. So I'm going to pick some colors that maybe I haven't really used yet, like Quin Rose. And I'm going to put one here. I need a little more water. That's what happens when you're going straight out of the pan. And I didn't water it down. Yep, these flowers are just right here on the stem. And I'm going to get this Quin Rose up here. Let's put it right there. And mix some here. Few more. Cool. Rinse. I am going into the cadmium yellow medium, just right out of the pan. And I'm going to put some more like that. This time, though, I think I'm going to go a little bit smaller. As a matter of fact, I hate to waste that pigment, but that's the way it goes sometimes. I'm getting a smaller brush. My hands are a little bit probably coffee shaky. So instead of trying to just barely use the tip of that brush, I'm gonna use a smaller brush. And a little water, a little pigment. Get the water off the ferrule. Yep, I like that. Okay, I've got one more stem here that needs a little something. I'm going into the Cad Medium Hue, which is almost an orange color. I'm going in with my little brush, and I'm going to mix it right here on that quinacridone gold. A little more water. A little more yellow. There we go. Okay. What kind of flower? up that little stem. It's going to go all the way up. I'm just like thinking of a shape. I'm just going to make it kind of ragged. A little more color. That looks good to me. Okay, I love the way the roots have come out. Now I'm going to bring this up to show you. You're going to see some like little dots. Can you see that? That's the granulation. And that's because this paint was designed for that. And that is coming from the hematite, the black. Okay, this needs to have a good dry. I'm liking everything but this. This is looking, I don't know, just like nothing special. So I think I'm going to go in with another color. I'm looking at my colors, not quite convinced I want to add another color. Let's go in with this Rose of Sharon color. Or it's Rose of Ultramarine. I end up always calling it Rose of Sharon, but that's not really its color. And drying this, I want to just put some fat old lines right like this. Yeah, that helped. Okay. We're going to let this dry and then we'll move on to the next step. I believe that we're dry enough that we can start drying. So I'm going back to that same Stettler. I'm going to move my paints so that I don't get my arm in it. And the first thing I'm going to do is where I ended with those stems, I'm bringing them down in a wiggly root. I want to be sure that they're joined. I don't want anything just flying around. And now I'm just going to add a few more roots because those roots are going to have little places that, you know, that they come up. They, you know, branch off of each other and such. All right, that looks good. That looks good. Now up this way. And I'm going to start working, and I'm going to start working this way and come like that. And I'm just going to do some outlining, but this is not like perfect little flow outlines, more sketchy, okay? So and I'm going wherever my hand is more comfortable. So right now doing this outside group is handier for me. Now my brain works better if I keep going with these leaves rather than stopping and changing gears to go to that flower. So I'm going to head back up here. I didn't put a vein. Don't know why, but just didn't. Okay. Now I'm going to turn it around and I'm going to give this flower an outline. And I'm going to give it some details. like that. Okay, I'm gonna go right over to here. Now, I don't think this yellow, see, I've got a stem here, no leaves, no nothing. Well, we're gonna keep going, and then that's gonna be something I can work on later. And these yellow guys, let's do them first. And I think what I'm gonna do with these is like this. Kind of like a pom-pom. And now I'm going to outline this one. This one's going to need some white, so don't get worried that it still doesn't look like much. I'm agreeing with you. You don't have to put it in the comments. I agree. But we'll get her going. And I'm just going to leave that flower just like it is. I'm going to head over to these red ones. Are they dry? Yes. Sometimes when you get, I don't know if you can see it, here, it's a little bit shiny. That can be like a consolidation of pigment in there. I am going to just make like daisy-ish. Just like that. And on this right here, I'm going to make a little dot. Same with this one. I'm going to come over here while my brain is making those little daisies. And make these little pom-poms. Not fun. I hope you're having fun. I hope that you see this video, you like it, even if you're going to do your own version, and then you just kind of play it in the background while you make your own. Wouldn't that be fun? Sure it would. Okay, I'm going to work on this green stem. Now this time I am going left, right, left, right. It's just whatever my hand is telling me. What you can do or what you can't do. You gotta watch, because now these leaves I think look like they're gonna go behind the flower, so I'm not gonna outline them. Good. Now I've got these, and I'm gonna go on top. I've got some of those little yellow fluffy flowers. Use whatever little black markers or pens, ballpoint pen, whatever you have. I just let you know what I have, but it's not because it's the end all of end alls, and I'm hoping that you'll get the same thing. Nope. And I did not put veins in the green ones or those Rosa Sharon ones. Now we've got these blue ones. Okay. I am not going anywhere near to be exact. Now, these are those little fluffy yellow flowers. What am I going to do? I'm going to start with some black. I'm just kind of going with the line of them. Nice, nice. Got just a few more. Few over here. And I'm going to put a vein. Nice. I am liking this. I hope you do. All right, on to these purple ones. Now, I realize this video is getting long, but people tell me I want to see the process. They don't want just music and speed through. So you can speed through, but if I speed through, then the people that want to see the process, they're stuck. They don't have the choice. All right, on to this one. Kind of lotus or something like that, huh? Looking good. Okay. It felt like I missed something, but I see it's this. And no, I didn't miss it. I'm going to just keep going with what I've got going here. Now, I have to make a choice because right in here, I really've got leaves on top. So I've got to decide blue is on top or green is on top. And I think I'm going to pick the green. So I'm going to start with those green. We've had snow this winter. We've had cold this winter. But like today, it's a winter sky, is what I call it. Gray, overcast. But it's in the 40s. Warm. Will we have a white Christmas? Well, they don't know. I don't even know what the date is today, really. But yeah, they don't know. I watch a guy that's called Max Velocity. Oh, he's a weather guy that is on. He's a college kid, and he is 90% done, I think he said, because he's got one semester to go, and then he will be a meteorologist. But he has a YouTube channel. I've linked him. I don't know if anyone pays any attention to my descriptions where I've got links and things, but I hope you do. But he does the whole nation every morning, the whole United States every morning. So I watch him. Very reminiscent of the weather reports we used to get years ago. Details and barometric pressures, and he predicts. First he gives you what is the weather right now in the United States. But then he starts with his predictions based on, models and math and all that kind of stuff. Okay, we are looking good. Really. I'm really happy. All right, these two. I'm going to turn it around. And I'm going to start out. I got to think. I'm going to start out with black. Okay. Dots. Dots. I'm going to go and make circles all the way around. Circles. And now I'm going to start with the petals. I'm going to come down here. And I just pick out the petals that look more like they're on top to me. And then I start putting in the rest. Over here, I'm going to come this way. There. All right. Now, I'm grabbing my white, 50% chance it'll work, white pen. I'm going to get to some dry paper here. Is anything coming out of this pen? It doesn't seem to be. I think I have another one in here. Maybe not. That's all right. Turn around, Julie. Get the old tried and true Poscas. There's white. Do I have room? All right. Get the boss. Dots in the yellow. And a few lines that are above the brown lines that I made. I like that. Don't I have two of those? Oh, maybe not. Okay, that's fine. I'm going to turn it around again because that white is not dry. White dots. And white dots. And I think I'm gonna give it a little charge there. A little more. I know that what's going to happen is I'm going to end up with a blob, but let's just see. Yeah, too dry. I used up all the goodness just that fast, huh? Makes you wonder, doesn't it? Here's another one. Have to have a backup plan. Yep. White gives a whole different dimension. Okay, I'm going to turn this around. I am going to go in these little red daisy flowers and just put a little white center. Nice. I'm liking it. I'm liking it. I think I'm going to put a few white dots right here at the bottom of these. All right, last but not least, I'm going to put some white in the squiggles. Now, if I feel like I've put too much white in, I can always go back with black or with a color. But I am liking this little thing, really liking it. Okay, now, you thought we were done. Well, you were mistaken. I've got some paper towel here, and I am going to get a big old brush and some gold. Now this, I did activate this before we started, but that was a while ago. So I'm gonna just have to, probably can't even see. I'm gonna have to work this paint up a little bit. And I'm not, let that go a minute. Just just a short time. I'm going to grab another piece of paper towel. And I think that'll be good. I don't mind some that are going to get on the flowers, but I want to start out with not getting it on the flowers. Okay, here we go. Okay, now lift this and a little bit more, but not crazy, just a tiny bit. Nice. I am going to take clean, dry paper towel straight down. Straight down and down. I'm just lightening them up a little bit. Okay. I like it. Let me know in the comments what you think. If you like this video, please consider thumbs up. Helps my channel tremendously. And if you haven't subscribed, certainly you've got to do that before we end the year. Hit the subscribe and the bell. You'll know if I go live, which I do plan to be doing some lives come 2025. Down here, there's going to be a video that pops up just for you. And I'll see you over there.